Hi, it's Brian Larsen again. Today I want to kick off a series on how to become an individual contributor superstar and then elevate that to career growth. But first I want to stop and say thank you to all the former colleagues and employees and founders and CEOs and support leaders who have reached out to me for a free consult through my website and had great conversations about career growth, about opportunities in the field, how to make better relationships with customers and grow your business. It's been really exciting. I'm excited to have so many more. I have plenty of times open, but I have plenty of times booked. And you can find that on larsenbridge.com. Link to the websites above. As I was thinking about this individual contributor series, I started from a premise of you're already a successful individual contributor. How do you improve your career? How do you get on a trajectory to turn that into something better, bigger, more impactful? And thank you to Faraz for reminding me about the subjective bar of excellence, because I had made the assumption you're already a superstar. But today I want to talk about how you get to be a superstar. So I used to have this conversation with every one of my staff. I'd have the Let Jerry Putt, which is the recording I had last week. You can link to that in my profile or on my website. And that's about letting people make decisions, empowering them to make decisions and make mistakes and learn from those mistakes in a non-judgmental way. And it reminded me, I used to control access to 15,000 institutions around the world, millions of them, end users. And when I'd hire someone in the technical role, I'd often tell them, if you don't break this system, you're not trying hard enough. You're not stretching hard enough. And then I'd tell them a story about how I had broken it. One of many. Not on purpose, but because you're trying to progress and move things forward. And if you have a lot of access and a lot of power, then breaking something is a natural part of that process. So making a decision to break something, great. You're not trying to break it. You're trying to improve something about the service, the functionality. And it ends up breaking something else. Great. We can learn from that. That was Let Jerry Putt. And I often gave that speech to people, the Let Jerry Putt speech early on. The other one I always gave to employees was one I call the subjective bar of excellence. And thank you, Faraz, to bringing that to my attention. I hadn't forgotten about it, but I had assumed that you were already a superstar individual contributor. And so we got to start with how to get to that superstar individual contributor. So I would bring people into my office early, first week, and I'd give them the Let Jerry Putt speech about how I want to empower, make decisions. I'm not a micromanager. Don't come to me for things to do. I'll provide the guideposts. Here's what we're working on. Here's what I expect the outcome to be. Help us get there. Because we've hired you. We've already determined you're an expert and a superstar. And it's our job to unlock that potential in you. The second speech was the subjective bar of excellence. And forgive me, HR folks, and whoever else might find this odd in a way. I mean, there's always KPIs and OKRs and measurables. Everybody gets that. But I would stop an employee first week and I would say, here's how we judge your success at this company. In my department, there's a subjective bar of excellence. It's 100% subjective. And it's determined by me. And what we're looking for is a tight oscillation on that bar. Now, everybody has good days and bad days, but if your oscillation is really good days and really bad days, we've got to tighten that up. You're capable of achieving so much, and we want you to be bringing your best to work every day. And then if you have this super inconsistent good days and then sort of bad days and then really bad days and sort of good days and sort of bad days, and it's all over the place, you're not bringing your best to work. You're not. Plain and simple. And so my job, in fact, our job together, is to raise that bar of excellence. So don't start out your workday by thinking, I need to be better than that person, or comparing yourself to somebody else. And don't think that you're limited by what the framework we've already built. X number of tickets in a day, X level of CSAT, etc. Yes, those are measures, and we're going to judge you on them. But it's more than that. You are capable of this, and we need it to be tightly oscillating every day. You have a little bit better day than the last day, maybe a little worse than some bad days. And together we're going to push that bar up. That's how you become a successful individual contributor. You're hired to do a job. And if you come in already thinking, I know how to do this job, and maybe you do, and I'm already going to be great at this job, and boy, how fast can I move on to the next job? Very frustrating for a manager. Very frustrating. Because you have to kill the job you got. Nail it. and bring your best to work every day. I promise you, if you do that, you think about that subjective bar of excellence, and you think about tightly oscillating on that bar, you're going to get ahead faster than any other strategy, especially when you work for me. Anyway, that's it. Simple. How to be a successful individual contributor. You're hired to do a job. Do it. Do it well. Do it every day. Be present. Bring it. You have it. You have it. So bring it. If you don't bring it a few days, okay. Well, we all have personal lives. Things happen. Maybe you're not feeling well. Happens. If it's really inconsistent, I'm going to notice. And if it's erratic, I'm really going to notice. And we're not going to get anywhere together. Tightly oscillating. Subjective bar of excellence. That's how you get to be a successful IC. Next week, we'll talk about what to do once you are that IC. How to leverage that intelligence, that experience, that capability, that performance to get to the next level. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate everybody again. Come talk to me on larsenbridge.com. I would love to talk with you in person. Next week, we'll raise the bar together.